Let's go through LeetCode 1465 maximum area of a piece of cake after horizontal and vertical cuts. For this question, it gives us h multiplied by w, two are cake, this kind of size of cake, and two arrays of horizontal cuts and vertical cuts. So, let's try to find the maximal area after the cut. We are seeing for each cake, this is the original cake, right? After cuts, each will have different pieces. So we just want to find the piece with the maximum area and return the area. So if for this question, intuitively we think about is that we can do brute force, right? Brute force. Just iterate for every cuts, right? And we can add up 0 to this kind of before for the first cuts, right? And also add an h after this kind of annual cuts, and also 0 in the w, right? And for loop this, and for this loop, right? So for every I, j, we find it's I plus 1 and j plus 1, right? That is the rectangle, and have a global max. Doing like this way, I think the time complexity, for example, we have n horizontal cuts, m vertical cuts. The time complexity will be O n multiplied by n, right? So because we need to have two for loops for horizontal cuts and for vertical cuts, right? So for this kind of for this kind of time complexity, because the range is 10 to the power 5 and 10 to the power 5, so it will be out of time, right? So we should think have better solutions. What we think about is that instead of loop every piece or every rectangle, right? We don't need to loop every piece. Actually, let's see the maximum area. We just want to find the piece which has a maximum area. So the thing is that if for example, the vertical cuts, right? For the vertical cuts or the width, if the width, for example, we have different cuts. If this width is not the maximal, right? Any rectangle of this will not be maximal, right? Because for any horizontal cuts, if there is a bigger width, right, the area will be greater than this. So what we think about is that for the vertical cuts, we find the largest segment, and also for the horizontal cuts, right, we also find the largest segment, right? Let's say this is the largest, okay, and for example, horizontal, this is the largest. So this area will be the largest, right? So what we need to do is that we find the largest segment for horizontal cuts, and also the largest segment for the vertical cuts, and also return the result, right? And calculate the maximal vertical segments and the maximal horizontal segments. So after this analysis, we just need to write code. These kind of cuts are not sorted, right? So we need to sort arrays, sort horizontal cuts, right? And also arrays, sort vertical cuts. So we need to find the maximal horizontal max height, right? So for this one, right? What we do is that we need to iterate. For let's have the int max vertical, right? Max horizontal, okay. Whatever max height was there, right? So we iterate the um, the vertical cuts, right? For int I equals 0, I smaller than horizontal cuts, right? Dot length. Because we want to add one more line before the first one, right? So what are we thinking about it? We can add a pre, right? Like pre equals 0. And also we also need to add a line at the end. Can have I equals, right? And right plus plus. So let's say let's have this as a okay. So we'll have intercurrent equals I equals a, right? That will be our height, the horizontal edge, right? Otherwise, we are going to have to be horizontal cuts, right? And we'll have m height equals max dot max m height and current minus pre, right? At the end, we have pre equals current. Okay, so we can copy the code for the vertical, right? So we have equals to 0 and width, okay, width. And this will be vertical cuts, right? Vertical cuts. So we have m I small equal to m, and if this equals to m, that will be its width, right? And we should be vertical cuts I, and m width will be this, right? So in the end, the things that it said that the data need to mod, right? Because it will be large, so we need to have private final static int mRD equals 1. So we just return int 1L multiplied by m height multiplied by m width, and we need a mod, right? Okay, so if we have doing like this, instead of have nested for loop, right? We just have two separate for loop. We have the time complexity change from O and multiple by n to be O m plus O n, right?